Afternoon, Bruins. Welcome back for another episode of the Principal Sit Down. This week we are joined by a very special guest and not a student. So we have a graduate of class of 2000, our director of MyTrack, also our business track champion, Mr. Jason Dzik. How you doing today?
Real good. Thanks for having me, Bob.
Absolutely, man. So in your own words, Mr. D, what is MyTrack?
Well, MyTrack, in my own words, actually let me start by saying in our words, in the words that we put on the paper, is our career preparation and exploration program. But in my words, I like to say that what we aim to do with MyTrack is we're trying to teach students or help them find what they're passionate about, what they love doing, and then help them get really good at that while they're still in high school. So if we break that down to the two parts, the preparation bit is about helping students figure out, maybe as a freshman or sophomore, the exploration bit rather, is helping students as freshmen or sophomores try to figure out what is it that my talents line up with. And that's not just through the classwork that they do, but also through getting outside the building, through learning what's it really like to do computer science. What about doing business? And we do this through competitions, through shadowing opportunities, through field experiences. What better way to find out if you want to do something for the rest of your life than actually going out and trying to do that for a little while? And I think that's an invaluable experience, especially while you're still in high school. Once you do find out what you like to do, we kind of kick it over into the preparation program. We want to really teach you the skills. So it goes from an exploration program to a skills building program. We want to introduce you to people, get you some networking, and do more than just technical skills, but also do soft skill development. That could be writing a resume, learning how to interview specifically for a career in law or maybe a career in engineering. And so in a nutshell, like I said, what we're really trying to do is get students not just to have the classwork, but get them outside of the building doing these careers as much as possible to learn, A, is this what I want to do, and B, how do I get really good at it while I'm still here?
Right, that's a lot. So who should participate in MyTrack?
Short answer is everybody,
Yeah.
especially freshmen. I know that the 5 tracks, which are computer science, business, engineering, studio art, and law, I know they're maybe not necessarily for everybody, but if that sounds like maybe something that somewhere down the line sounds like something you want to do, then why not join the track? And all that really comes down to is joining our Google Classroom page so you know what we're up to, the programming that the champions are trying to put out.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's different level of commitments. Is that fair? Like just signing up doesn't mean all of a sudden that you have to dive head in and do the whole program.
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot of confusion between MyTrack and MedTrack, where MedTrack is a program where the classwork is required. A lot of the events are required. There's additional work to do it. You can be, kind of asked to leave MedTrack, whereas MyTrack is much more flexible than MedTrack is.
So what does it mean then to join MyTrack? And I think what students really want to know is, am I going to have a lot of extra work?
Of course. And the answer is no, you're not going to have a lot of extra work because it shouldn't feel like work. Yeah. This is you pursuing your passion, your dream, what you want to do with your life. And so in that regard, yes, we're going to ask you to do some things, give up some time, but it's not going to be busy work. It's not going to be writing essays or anything like that. It should be work that you really want to do to prepare for this career, get to know folks, so on and so forth. And so what it really comes down to, joining MyTrack, is we will give you a suggested path of courses to take. But ultimately, it's your decision whether or not to take those courses. Beyond that, then it just comes down to joining our Google Classroom space, where the champions will tell you what's the material coming up, what are some of the programming, and that's exclusive just to you. I have a field experience to a small business incubator next week, and nobody knows about that outside of the MyTrack business students.
Right.
So again, that's only for them. And again, we'll open some things up to the rest of the school, but to know about this content, some of it's exclusive, and you have to be part of the track to hear about.
Yeah, so in fairness, really, it's more about, it's not so much extra work, it's extra opportunity. You have some great opportunities for students in the track that other students simply don't have access to.
Exactly.
And I know that it includes field trips, it includes clubs and special speakers, and I think very important, especially students as you guys get older in the program, is that it includes professional development, which you already mentioned, right?
Right.
Resume writing and interviewing for those kind of tracks. I think that's an excellent model. Here's a question I get all the time, and I think better that you answer.
Sure.
If I'm a student interested in MyTrack, can I do more than one track at the same time? Can I do multiple tracks if I have various interests?
Yes, of course you can. You can actually do MedTrack and MyTrack, or you could do multiple tracks. The only downside is sometimes some of the events might line up with one another. You might have a speaker from your studio art and your law track on the same day, which you'd have to make a decision there. But you're welcome to sign up for both and then decide which one sounds more appealing to me on that given day.
So, most important question,
Yes.
I'm a student. How do I sign up?
Great question.
Thank you.
Hopefully, the easiest way to sign up is to go to MyPad, and you'll find in the student resources section right there. You're going to see it. Hopefully on the screen right now, you're going to see this is what you click on. This is the link right there. If you don't want to go there, or if you can't remember how to get there, there's posters. Mrs. Kubit did a great job creating these posters. So let's put them to good use. All you got to do is pull your phone out, scan the QR code, say yes, and you are in the Google Classroom page for whichever one of the tracks you want to be a part of. And those are throughout the school and in every classroom, I think, where we do some of the MyTrack courses.
So last check, I think we had somewhere around 25% of the school was signed up and involved in a track.
Yes.
Right. So a lot of students doing this, certainly not a necessity, right? Not a commitment, but you have opportunities, students, to kind of do a little bit of career exploration and let your passion, right? Your passion kind of drive that conversation under some coaching from a champion. Real quick, who are the champions? We keep talking about champions. I already said you're the business track champion.
Right.
How about MyTrack Engineering is?
Mr. Morrell.
Okay, MyTrack Computer Science.
Mr. Kirkpatrick.
MyTrack Law.
Mrs. Winger.
And then MyTrack Studio Art, of course.
Miss Cook.
Miss Cook.
And they're all awesome. So, and my name is spelled Dzik for those out there who sees or call me Mr. Z and see it sometimes.
Yeah.
Mr. Dzik, Dzik.
Sounds good. Anything else you want to say about the MyTrack program?
No, I love what you said though. So I just want to rehash that. It's not extra work; it's extra opportunity. So we would welcome anybody to join. Please let me know. Come see me if you have questions. Otherwise, I'd love to see you in the Google Classroom page.
Yeah. So Bruins, play loud. Consider MyTrack. Go Bruins.
Go Bruins.